Hello everybody, Untamed here, and today we are having another top 10 video of things that don't make sense in this specific game, and this game turns out to be Modern Warfare Remastered. Now there's a ton of things that don't make sense in this game if you guys have played Call of Duty, any past Call of Duty games for that matter, but for me it just comes up to this one. So this is not a top 10 video, it's just 10 things that don't make sense, so these are not really ranked. I explained this in my last top 10 things that don't make sense video, and that was on GTA 5, so if you guys want to check that out, there's a little box in front of your screen, so if you want to check that out, click there, and you'll be on your way to that video. So, let's begin with this video. Alright, kicking off the list is added weapons in a remastered game. So basically what remastered is pretty much a redone thing. So let's take Michael Jackson for example. He was a singer slash dancer from the 80s and back, and if you were to take a look at his This Is It CD, he would have all his songs, all his big hit songs in that CD, but then it would be like in parentheses remastered. So what that means he redid his song to have, you know, better quality. So you probably listen to Billie Jean from like the 80s quality or whatever that song was recorded. Yeah, totally 80s, yeah. Then it was remastered to be more high quality, so it would be like better. So basically in a Call of Duty game such as this is a remaster of COD 4, one of the best Call of Duty games ever. It's totally not Call of Duty because, as you can see, this wasn't in COD 4, this wasn't in COD 4, this wasn't in COD 4, that wasn't in COD 4, this wasn't in COD 4, that wasn't, this wasn't, that wasn't, this wasn't, and that wasn't. And a whole lot of melee weapons, as you can see down here, that wasn't in Call of Duty. So is this, the Procolon and the 44 Magnum, those were not in COD 4. So to make a remastered game, I get it, like, you could do a lot more now, like, versus what you could have done back then. So basically they just put in the now Call of Duty method into an old game such as this, and they're just adding weapons here and there. So that was number 10. Alrighty, number 9 is this gun right here, the S-Tac Aggressor. So why does this gun not make sense to me? So anyways, if you guys would see the end of the gun, you see a bipod. Now, the purpose of the bipod is so that it will stabilize your gun, so you have no sway whatsoever like you see here. But when you go prone and like, you know, pretend like you're using the bipod, it doesn't serve its purpose. You can see like it's clearly on the ground, like it should be, right? But it's not doing its job. It's not serving its purpose and not, you know, stabilizing my gun. So I don't understand why even put a bipod on the gun if the bipod's not going to be doing its job. Alrighty, number 8 is kind of, you know, a toss-up. Basically, Demolition. It's kind of like team deathmatch, but search and destroy. So one team has all bombs, and you're supposed to play some defense. So if you blow up all the bombs, you win. So it used to be a game mode for older Call of Duty games, but they now made it as a weekend warfare thing. Why didn't you just add it to the game? It used to be in Call of Duty games. Why take it out but put it as a weekend warfare thing? I just don't know. It's one of those things that obviously don't make sense, but you just don't have an answer for. Number 7 is this game not being a lone game. Now, I obviously know that one of the key things about a business is to make money. Now, everyone wanted a remastered Call of Duty game, so they brought back COD 4. I bet if they made this game a lone game, they would probably have a lot more money than they have with Infinite Warfare having it as a bundle. Because nobody wanted to play Infinite Warfare because that game is a big mess that you do not want to get close to. Not even like, you probably don't even want to touch it with a 10-foot pole. That's what I'm trying to say. Alrighty, number 6. This has been discussed over and over again. DLC maps from 10 years ago cost money. So we're talking about 10-year-old maps that still cost probably like $5 less than a really old game. So that's like $15 or so, $14.99. Why? Greedy Activision, I'm guessing, because that's kind of what I'm smelling right now, is a greedy Activision. I'll get to another point when we're talking about greed here and later in the video, because that's coming up in number 2. Alrighty, number 5 is taking years to finally get good servers. Now, this has already been like solved, and Activision's already doing this for World War II, is that we're getting 60 hertz servers for World War II. So obviously Call of Duty is going to be 60 frames a second, so that means every update or every frame we're getting an update. So it's going to be a lot more smoother and a lot more better than we're seeing right now. So it actually took quite a bit of, like, it took some years to actually come to this point. Activision is like a multi-million-dollar company, even billions, I believe. It actually took them this long to actually have us have better servers. I mean, we've been asking for these for probably ever since, I want to say, Black Ops 1. So that's like 2010 we were asking for those, and now it's like 7 years later they actually finally did it. Alright, number 4 is having to buy everything that's been added to Call of Duty. So not every Activision game you have to buy almost everything. Like Overwatch, when they add new characters, everybody has them. It's all free. But for Call of Duty, you buy everything. I mean, when you pre-order the game, that's, obviously, yeah, it's costing you money because you wanted to pre-order the game. But the season pass you pay for, the DLC maps you pay for that even been like 10 years old, supply drops you pay for if you don't have enough, game credits for you playing as long enough. You pay for everything. Not one spec of this game is free unless they actually make it like a free event. They give you like free supply drops and stuff like that. If you play a game long enough, you get things, then you get battle packs, or in this case, supply drops. Just do it, do the Battlefield method. That's what I'm sticking with, the Battlefield method. Alrighty, number 3, the top 3. Well, I really shouldn't say top 3 because it's not a ranked thing. And this is Prop Hunt. The Prop Hunt rules. So, Prop Hunt was really popular in Gmod on the PC. And basically is that you're a prop and you go hide somewhere. And the rules are that for the people who are seeking the props, like if you shoot something that's not a person or a player, you lose health. But for this, however, you can shoot at everything. You're not even losing any health. So, and plus, you have pretty much infinite ammo. Look at there. Look at there. And another thing is, you guys can hear there, is whistling. So what is the point of playing hide and seek if you're just gonna whistle your position? I don't get it. Like, hide and seek, go whistle and I'll find you. It doesn't make sense. Like, hide and seek is like the most basic games like out there to play with your friends, and you're telling me that you just whistle your position away and just I don't get it. Number 2 is 2 of the same weapon. If you come down here to the melee and look at all these neat things that they added to the game that wasn't in the real game, but it's still a remastered. So we took a look at this gun. Okay. You took a look at this knife. Like a karambit in a certain way. Nice little detail here. But I'm scratching my head because isn't this basically this? I mean, if we're gonna have the same knife in here, like, just give us the camos for these melees. Don't add the same knife. We got the title, and we got ourselves the Diabolical. Please explain me one, like, 2 differences, I should say, because obviously one difference is like they had 2 different finishes. One's fully silver, skin, while the other one has this kind of art thing going on. So please tell me, why do we need the 2 of the, well, not only that, we have this here, this broken bottle. Supposedly this broken bottle has something else that this one doesn't. Alrighty, number 1. Alrighty, number 1 is, in order to make any of this make sense, because obviously we've had the Modern Warfare Trilogy, we need a remastered Modern Warfare Trilogy, because if we kill Makarov in the story mode, that's one of the Easter eggs. So if we kill him, how is he going to show up in MW2 and MW3? Like, the story in itself doesn't make sense because we obviously know that there's Modern Warfare 2. So if it's just one of those things, hey, you can kill Makarov in this game, but he'll show up again in MW2 or MW3. If you just think about it, it just scrambles your brain in like a really bad way. So hopefully they can complete this, like MW3 remastered, MW2 remastered, and that's it. Just complete the series as like, you know, a remastered trilogy. So that has been 10 things that don't make sense in this game that I've come up with. What would you think that doesn't make sense in this game? Comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Later.